the future martial arts man. An alien said, "Have you heard?" Another alien shouted, "Quick, something big is going on over there." As Lu Sheng walked away, an elf said, "Time to sip some tea." A cat lady exclaimed, "This is crazy." Lu Sheng said, Approximately my mind is finally clear. After all, he is Chow Chow's brother, so it would not be good for me to kill him. Toying with him for a bit is enough." Lu Sheng took out his phone and said, "Gosh, news spreads twice as fast here compared to back on Earth." The news reported, "The cold-blooded son of a count has a unique fetish. Sisters, take good care of your little piggies." Shocking! He actually, Lu Sheng thought, rumors had already spread, so clearing his name by himself was now impossible. Nice! Revenge is best served fresh. This is much more relieving than simply cursing him out. As Lu Sheng continued to walk, he said to himself, "Today really is a great day." A few days later, Lu Sheng and Far headed towards the Celestial Institute. Far said to Lu Sheng, "The Celestial Institute is the highest school of martial learning in every star field. They only accept the best martial talents. Once enrolled, one can enjoy the best resources, treatment, and inheritances in the entire star field. Every one of their graduates holds a status even higher than that of Viscounts, as all of them are at least level 11, and not ordinary level 11s either." Lu Sheng asked, "Far, did you attend the Celestial Institute?" Far shook his head and replied, "It would have been great if I had, but my talents were not outstanding, so I was not admitted." The current Chief Enforcement Officer, Sir Andreas, graduated from the Celestial Institute. He is only 5,000 years old and is already a level 12 expert. However, with your talent, you will not have any problems passing the entrance exam. If your performance is outstanding, you could even have the opportunity to go to the Celestial Institute's headquarters in the main star field of the Serpentis Galaxy. He pointed at Lu Sheng and continued, "That is where the true starfield monsters gather. Sons of heaven from countless races fight for the top while ordinary geniuses are crushed, leaving behind not even crumbs. The inferior starfield is still too small. We are so small, it is pathetic." Lu Sheng wiped his sweat and said, "What the fudge? You are small? So small that I cannot even afford a spaceship to travel within the starfield," Far explained. The Celestial Institute usually recruits students only once every 1,000 years. The last time they accepted new students was 300 years ago, so normally one would have to wait another 700 years. However, we are lucky. We happen to run into a big shot coming to borrow the bloodline astrolabe to test his aptitude. By using him as cover, we can take the test together. As long as your talent meets the requirements, an exception can be made, and you can enroll." Lu Sheng said in shock, 700 years? Which big shot is so kind?" Far answered, "The son of Starfield Marquis Lannuo, Lanshe. His family is known as a level 13 powerhouse throughout the 10 starfields. Marquis Lannuo initially built his family's fortune in our inferior starfield, and he is the most exceptional talent. An expert in our starfield in the last 50,000 years, Marquis Lannuo has always remembered his roots. His family's sons have always returned to the inferior starfield to take their aptitude tests. When his second son, Lan She, tested previously, he was found to possess a Radiant Moon 5-star extraordinary physique. This time, I'm afraid he has broken through once again and is ready to enter the scorching sun level." Lu Sheng asked, "Aren't the levels of extraordinary physiques fixed? Can one still break through?" Far said, "It is extremely difficult but not impossible. As long as a level 13 expert is willing to put in the work, it is possible for all of their sons to possess physical talents that rival their own. For example, if all of their descendants are new humans who have undergone genetic modification," Lu Sheng muttered to himself. "Gosh, they can even make modifications. How shameless." Far continued, "That is, however, ultimately just copying and man-made. Even being able to reach 70%, no, even just half, is amazing. Extraordinary physiques are this universe's greatest marvels and mysteries. With your natural, extraordinary physique, every part of you is an extremely precious material for a blueprint. I dare bet that once the test is over, countless Starfield nobles will rush to marry their daughters to you. In the blink of an eye, you will become this Starfield's most highly sought-after, powerful son-in-law." Lu Sheng said, "Haha, Far. If you have a daughter, taking our relationship into account, I could still consider it." Far exclaimed, "Really? I actually do have many descendants." Lu Sheng thought to himself, "Do these aliens not know what polite rejection is?" Then he said aloud, "I was just joking. I already have a wife." Far replied, "Hey, At your level, how is a single partner enough? The strong should have an entourage of beauties. You can leave once you plant your seed. Doing that is a blessing for them. Lu Sheng's face turned red and steamed like a teapot ready to burst. He thought to himself, if I said such a thing, I would get endlessly canceled by all those shut-ins. Far showed his tablet and asked, "Oh, right. Have you met this person?" As Lu Sheng glanced at the disguised version of himself in a wanted notice on Far's tablet, he replied calmly, "No, I have not. Why do you ask?" Lu Sheng said to himself, "Thank goodness I used psychic power to alter my appearance in their eyes, though this disguise is far too ugly." The Sith family has listed this person as wanted and has been searching for him. Word has it that he caused Milton to lose face. Lu Sheng replied, "He deserves it. If I were not acquainted with his sister, I would have beaten him until he soiled himself on the spot." Far chuckled and said, "You even bear a grudge against him? Aya, whatever. For all you know, when your extraordinary physique test results come back, the Sith family will be crying and begging you to marry their daughter." Ha ha. Lu Sheng only looked above at the ceiling in silence. They turned their eyes outside, and Far said, "Anyway, we are here now. Look at that Starfield gate." Lu Sheng said, "How spectacular." Far continued, "The inferior Starfield fell into enemy hands during the monster invasion. That gateway is the last battlefield we are still holding." Lu Sheng asked, "What is that gigantic sundial-like disc?" Far answered, "That is the astrolabe, used to test one's bloodline and extraordinary physique level. It is said that when the eternal bloodline of legends descends, all the beads on the disc will light up, the light of the Starfield will tremble, and an incomprehensible marvel will appear." Lu Sheng said, "Oh? How?" Far shook his head. "I do not know. Ever since the inferior Starfield was born, this star chart has never been fully lit. Even for the strongest martial artist, less than half of it has ever shown." After the two disembarked from the spaceship, they approached the front of the gigantic Stargate, where Dean Mo Yun waited patiently. Far introduced him. "He is the Dean of the Inferior Starfield Celestial Institute. Note this well. He is one of the strongest experts in the entire Starfield." Lu Sheng thought to himself, he exudes the same aura as Zaris. At the very least, he is level 12. A true peak expert. He is probably the one in charge of administering the test. Suddenly, a massive spaceship arrived. Far said, "They are here." Two entities beamed down to the ground, and Lan She walked towards them. Lu Sheng observed silently. He gives off an arrogant and overbearing vibe. To think he is a level 12 martial artist, his strength is roughly equal to that of the Celestial Institute's dean. For him to be escorted by a level 12 expert shows just how extraordinary. The family heritage of a Starfield Marquis truly is, as expected. Lan She said to Dean Mo Yun, "Dean Mo Yun, my father asked me to greet you in his stead." Dean Mo Yun replied, "I must thank Marquis Lanuo for his concern. But to tell the truth, the opening of this star chart is not solely for you." Lan She raised his brow. "Oh, is there another martial artist here whom you have hopes for?" Dean Mo Yun only laughed. "Let us begin first." He raised his staff and proclaimed, "Everyone, you have arrived at a great time. The star chart talent test held once every 1,000 years shall now officially begin. Step forward quickly." Stroking his beard, Dean Mo Yun muttered, "I wonder, what kind of surprise will the talent chief enforcement officer bring us this time? The test begins." A bald slave stepped forward. "I will go first." The Baron said, "Perform well. Do not be nervous." The bald slave replied, "Baron, please do not worry. I will not let you down." The Baron said, "Good. As long as you do well, I will grant you freedom. You may even become a true Starfield noble." The bald slave's eyes burned with resolve. "Yes, sir." Lu Sheng thought to himself, "Those tattoos. He was born a slave." Far explained, "Because of the power hierarchy beyond level 11, many Starfield nobles who inherit their titles rack their brains to enlist martial talents through every possible channel. They fear their titles will be stripped away due to their lack of strength. The most common method is through the Starfield slave market. Occasionally, martial seedlings of decent quality appear there. After all, not everyone can control their own fate as you do. For the sake of preserving their titles, those nobles will stop at nothing to bind a capable martial artist under their control." Lu Sheng asked, "Why do they not simply search within their own territories?" Far sighed. "It is pointless. Hoping for top-quality talent to appear within one's own land is no different from gambling for the top prize in the Starfield lottery." Far chuckled to himself. Though in truth, we discovered Lu Sheng in the White Mist Starfield and even brought him back. Does that not mean we won the grand prize of the Starfield lottery? Ha ha. The bald slave lifted his head, cut his palm, and pressed it against the disc. Flames erupted at his touch, leaving the crowd shocked and confused. Sweating and bewildered, the bald slave muttered, "What? Is it over already?" The Baron barked, "Idiots, quickly, push it, push the star chart with all your strength. Push it as far as you can." Stomping the ground in frustration, the bald slave braced himself. So that is how it works. All right. He pushed harder, veins bulging, and shouted, "Move!" But the disc did not budge in the slightest. "Arr!" he roared, as his veins swelled across his face. Finally, he unleashed his Dharma form. Far, in awe yet saddened, thought to himself, even though he is only level 9, his Dharma is 7,000 meters tall. Even Iji, who was level 10, only had a Dharma of 8,000 meters. This one definitely has decent talent. However, just this much talent will not even make a single person here bat an eyelid. As one of the stars lit up, the Baron exclaimed, "Ah! It lit up! It is lit up!" Another star flared, and the bald slave collapsed to the ground, utterly exhausted from pouring out such tremendous power. Lu Sheng muttered inwardly, "Just pushing that star chart is enough to exhaust the energy of a level 9 martial artist. This astrolabe, it seems rather interesting." Dean Mo Yun declared, "The astrolabe's luster shines white, with 2 star rays. Extraordinary physique grade, extraordinary grade, 2 stars. You do not meet the enrollment requirements." The bald slave broke into a cold sweat, trembling in disbelief. The Baron cursed, "That blasted slave trader. He said this one was a genius who would surpass level 5, but he turned out to be trash. Flipping heck. Boo-hoo." The bald slave wept bitterly as he was carried away. After that, the remaining people went up to take the test one after another. Lu Sheng remained calm. "There is no rush for me to take the test. Just now, by observing and asking Far, I have already gotten a clear picture of the astrolabe's judging criteria. The moment blood drips onto it, the grade of the extraordinary physique is already determined. A white glow means extraordinary grade, blue means morning star, yellow means radiant moon, and red is scorching sun, the highest grade. Currently, the highest grade among all who have taken the test is only morning star. The majority are far too lacking compared to the requirements. The rare few who reached morning star grade only receive casual glances. And yet, not a single one has gotten the dean to utter the word pass." Then Fei Lun stepped toward the star chart. He bellowed, "Move!" A surge of powerful shockwaves burst forth, rippling across the crowd. The star chart suddenly blazed with light as the stars revolved. Dean Mo Yun laughed heartily. "Ah! I cannot help but say it. Morning star grade extraordinary physique, a morning star with 7 stars. You have passed the enrollment requirements." The crowd was struck silent in awe. An old man suddenly stood up, laughing. "Ha ha! Good! Well done, Fei Lun. As expected, I was right about you. In the future, no one will stop you from being together with Lilith. Once we return, I will arrange your marriage. Lilith, quickly go to your husband." Lilith, blushing, said softly to Fei Lun about before, but Fei Lun brushed past her without so much as a glance. "Enough. I do not need her anymore. Viscount, the 2 of us are not suitable for each other." The Viscount was stunned. "What? Lun?" Lilith stammered in confusion. Fei Lun only snorted coldly and walked away. Lilith burst into tears. Why?" She struck her father in frustration. "Old geezer, it is your fault. It is all your fault. If it were not for you back then." "Eh?" Her father was dumbstruck. "Ooh-wah." Lilith collapsed, sobbing. Far chuckled. "Ha ha, what a classic plotline. In the past, they looked down on him. Now he is far beyond their reach. This is the risk of finding someone from your own territory. The very risk you mentioned earlier. The talent you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into nurturing turns on you the moment they make a name for themselves. That is why, when you invest in someone, you cannot only look at their talent. You must also weigh their character." Lu Sheng nodded slightly. "I can tell he treats his daughter as nothing more than an object, a bargaining chip to be tossed around. In the end, he wasted both his daughter and his money." Far smirked. "This is considered quite normal, so why bring up character?" "In that case, Far, what do you think of my character?" Lu Sheng asked. Far replied, "As someone who still takes the time to chat with their ordinary family 500 light years away, your character cannot be that terrible. Word has it, these are the traditional moral values held by the people of your dragon country. Ha ha, not bad at all." Am I right? Lu Sheng gave no clear answer. Far pointed ahead. Look there, that is Lan She. It is finally his turn. His test is the true purpose of this event. Everyone else can be considered fillers. As Lan She walked forward, Dean Mo Yun smiled. Lan She, let us begin. Give it your best effort. I shall, Lan She declared. He inhaled deeply, using his breathing technique. Then, opening his eyes, he raised his hand and released his power. Every gaze turned toward him. Practically every person at the test site was watching Lan She. Just what kind of physique will he, who carries the bloodline of Marquis Lan Nuo, a level 13 expert, possess? The aliens were silent. One by one the stars lit up. An alien, drenched in sweat, stammered, "Radiant Moon!" It is the Radiant Moon grade. As expected, he is extraordinary. Lan She's Dharma form suddenly manifested, and it kept growing larger and larger until it towered above even the star chart. Far gasped in amazement. His Dharma is actually over 5,000 meters tall. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.